Good morning. You made it to Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining me, Kelsey Marier, your host and producer of Morning Pulse, which airs every weekday morning right here live on our KTTC desk. It's streaming live on our live stream, so if you're tuning in there, welcome to Wednesday. Also, we're airing this live right now on our KTTC YouTube channel. So we're happy to have you with us. We share top local headlines in a quick format, under 10 minutes to get you that news that you need to know for the day, and then you can move on with the rest of your day. But we want to make sure that you're staying informed with what's happening in your community. So we have several stories to get to today, just like I do every day. So we're going to get started with the first one taking place in Rice County. We're talking about a semi-truck rollover crash. We've learned that the semi-truck driver actually has some life-threatening injuries and actually was also airlifted to the hospital after that rollover crash. So what kind of happened here is it took place on I-35 around 4:30 Tuesday morning, kind of in between Walcott and Faribault. You can see that crash indicated on the map on your screen here. According to the Minnesota State Patrol, 66-year-old Roger Payne from Dodge Center was heading north in his semi when his tractor trailer ended up in the median, kind of the ditch area, and then rolled. Troopers say that the roads were wet at the time of the crash. Again, that driver, that 60-year-old from Dodge Center, does have life-threatening injuries and had to be taken by helicopter to the hospital. So that is a story that we will follow and see if we get any updates from troopers and the State Patrol on that. Our second story will impact any drivers who are taking I-90 starting today over the next little bit of time over in the Austin area, kind of a traffic alert that we want to let you know about for your morning or evening commutes. So drivers on I-90 in the Austin area are going to see some traffic changes starting today. Crews with MnDOT are going to be starting some construction on the westbound Cedar River Bridge and the 6th Street Bridge, again, over I-90. So according to MnDOT, the agency there, westbound I-90 traffic is going to be kind of moved into the eastbound lanes. So what you're going to see is drivers traveling in single lanes on the eastbound side right next to each other, kind of going in both directions while they do the work on the westbound bridges that we just mentioned. We're also told that the 4th Street Northwest and 6th Street Northeast, the ramps to get onto the interstate, are also going to be affected by this change. So just keep that in mind if those ramps or those exits are kind of part of your commute or your daily commute. Right now, we don't know how long this construction is going to last, but it is starting today. And so that is why we want to make sure that you know about it in case you come upon it and think, I don't know what's going on here. What is this work that's happening from MnDOT? So just some bridge construction. These are projects that have been happening with MnDOT over the course of several bridges along I-90 in the Austin area over the past several months. So this is just kind of the next phase of that project. All right, here's kind of a fun story out of Austin as well. We're talking about dozens of young people getting their foot in the door at one of the global food companies that we have right in our backyard. Of course, we're talking about Hormel Foods, and the company is welcoming in more than 95 summer interns. That'll be across its family of companies. So you can see a photo here of some of those interns that Hormel is going to be welcoming. Obviously, we're getting to the end of school, graduation time, and just kids getting ready for summer. What a great way to spend your summer, kind of learning some new things with Hormel. So the interns are actually coming from 50 different colleges and universities all around the country, which is pretty cool. What's going to happen is that these students are going to get kind of the next 3 months getting some hands-on business experience with this Austin-based company, which is pretty cool. So typically we are told that the company has more than 70% of Hormel Foods interns going on to become full-time team members with Hormel. So that is also pretty cool. A good way to spend your summer. Of course, this is an internship with 95 interns all from all across the country. So that is pretty cool, right in our area. All right, our final story today, one that many sports fans are going to be watching for sure. The season is on the line tonight for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're heading back to Oklahoma City. Right now, the series, the Timberwolves are down in the series 3-1. Again, we're in the Western Conference Finals right now, and this the series lead from Oklahoma comes after Minnesota lost Game 4. That was at the Target Center earlier this week. They lost that game by just 2 points. series, which was heartbreaking. The Thunder had 128, the Wolves had 126. So tip-off tonight for Game 5 is at Paycom Center in OKC. It's set for 7:30. If you want to watch it, it's going to be airing over on ESPN. Again, 7:30 is the start time. And what we know is that the Timberwolves need to win out the next 3 games to be able to make it to the NBA Finals. That is something that we are hoping that we can do this year. Of course, they got so close last year, but didn't make it out of the Western Conference Finals. So it's kind of a repeat of history here. Let's hope that we can break that cycle and make it on to the finals. It would be the Timberwolves' first time in franchise history going to the NBA Finals. So, of course, we are cheering for the Timberwolves, hoping for a really big and successful Game 5 in OKC. Again, you can watch that on ESPN at 7:30 tonight. I didn't wear any navy or green for good luck to cheer on the Timberwolves. However, we know that we are still cheering on the team, of course. That is all the news and sports that I have for you today. A quick note about the weather forecast for today. Meteorologist Ted Schmidt, of course, informing us all morning long. You can also see his full forecast on our website, KTTC.com. He did say, although we had kind of a rainy, gloomy, gray Tuesday, that is going to stick around for a little bit more of today. But we have sunshine and summer-like weather in the near future here. So just wait a couple more days, or not even, for us to get that really nice weather. But today you're going to want to have your raincoat or your rain boots, or maybe your umbrella handy. One more day of kind of the gloomy, rainy-ness that we will have today. So keep that in mind as you head out the door or are making plans for the rest of your Wednesday. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope you'll also join me right back here tomorrow on Morning Pulse at our KTTC Digital Desk. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.